I said, and get your valuable stuff together. You don't want to go into a bag.
I want to get my own stuff out of here.
Ma'am, it don't work that way. Now I could make y'all all step outside, but I'm not gonna do that. You don't live here. As soon as I get here, you trespassing. You have to understand that. You don't have a management company anymore. You don't live here. You have no rights. You'll be straight in the back of a police car if something goes down, because you don't live here anymore. Now, if your argument is with the court, then you can go down there and tell the judge if you want to.
What is she paying right now?
Well, that's between her and the landlord. If she, I can't advise on that. But if she get in contact,
just a second to.
but here's my thing. That's who you need to be dealing with. Somebody came to my house and I thought I had paid. I would get my landlord on the phone. Ain't no need to argue with me. I'm the process server.
And I only owe $421, and I cannot reach nobody at this landlord place. And they is not answering the phone, and they could put my stuff outside.
My shoes are gonna stay here.
Miss D, go get your stuff, please. Jacob, start getting your stuff. Can you come over here? Okay. Why are these people not answering the phone? I don't have no garbage bag.
So you had been in contact.
No.
See, well, let me just say this right here. When a writ comes down from the court, right, and I can do the eviction, the property management is we're gonna schedule it.
They did not. I'm telling you, they doing this on purpose, man. It's
Well,
like a racist thing. I really.
But what I'm saying is, this property management, I've been on plenty of evictions where I can the people show me the text. Because you got to remember. Okay, let me just. Okay, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying for a second. If you have a property management company, the main thing you concerned about is what? Just getting their rent money. They don't make money putting people out. They lose money.
You can help me up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They make money collecting rent. So before they send me, have to pay me and pay the attorney and all that stuff, they're gonna do everything they can to try to get that rent money. So yesterday we could have been over here, but they said wait. So I assume when they said wait.
Yeah, he's got to break it down because I think that she thinks that like there's some hope in this situation, like that she'll be able to correct and resolve today. And that's not how it works. The judge already came with that writ of eviction. This is happening. Usually this dude, because I can recognize him by his voice, usually he's real good in these situations, but he gave her that inkling of hope. And now she's like, can I pay it right now? Why are you playing these games? If you were able to pay it this entire time, why didn't you pay it? And this seems like it could potentially be a Section 8 property, because what do we usually notice when we're dealing with Section 8 situations? There's usually a man in there who is completely stepping out of it, right? The guy that's there, he's having no parts of it. He even asked her, I believe he said, can you pay it now? If that's the man of the house, I would think he would be paying it, right? So, and the amount that she owed was very low. It was like she said 400 and something, which could also indicate that it could be Section 8, because that would make sense why she wasn't able to pay it. Or like she took that stance to not pay it because, when you're on Section 8 and when you're on government assistance, you have to stay within the parameters of what you're able to make. So anytime you have any discretionary income, you have to make that then stretch to the other things that you want to do, whether that's treat yourself or whether that's just the other things that you need. But we'll get back into it and close it out. But first, if you guys could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually does help me out tremendously. I know it can be easy to forget. I forget a lot of times, but that's why I wanted to remind now, if you could like, it really does help. But let's go ahead and get back into it. And also, if you could hype the video.
They was in contact with you.
No.
Well,
I'm telling you, I have nothing. I have not heard from them people. No letter, no nothing. I have my paper from Section 8. I just had my inspection on the 25th. I got a paperwork saying that they have to fix all the stuff. I got mold in this house.
Let's see, can she get in contact with you, bro? Probably could pay that right now.
That's what I'm trying to see. Like,
I could pay that right now. Get in contact with her.
They is not answering the phone. That's crazy. They doing it on purpose. That lady do not like me. She already said she been trying. I've been in this house 7 years.
but I'm just gonna say this from my conversation: if this was paid yesterday, I wouldn't be here today.
And they been not answering
Well, what I'm saying is you got to think about that now. You got to think about what I'm saying.
I wonder if I can go after a real fast and pay it before y'all take all my stuff out the house.
Well, I can't stop, so you
That's what
know.
I'm saying, like, they
Oh
not
yeah, go
even
ahead.
helping them.
Hey, let's go. Well, man, like I said, I know you're trying to do that, but go get your purse and your stuff. You don't want nothing later. I can't find this. I can't find that. You didn't bring that money today, huh?
No, wouldn't get to.
Hey, we're just gonna put it like right there in the grass, right at the base of the, yeah, you know what to do. See, you the man. See, Mario, he wouldn't know. You know, Mario, he's not gonna know. Watch Mario. What you gonna do with that?
Keep on the
See? Huh?
keep on the same place.
I don't know. What you gonna do with it?
Give me
Pee. I see my ball. Where our refrigerator gonna go?
All right, well, I'm finna bring.
Why do they decide to play stupid games and then win stupid prizes? I don't know. Now, because of whatever stance you was trying to make, and now all of a sudden there's mold and all this type of stuff. Okay, well, at this point, okay, it's mold, and you don't want to pay your rent. Well, get out of the moldy house then. And that's what's happening. Y'all are playing these games, and then reality comes at you real fast. Not y'all, not my family who watches me, but that's just how I speak. But she's playing these games, and now your stuff is ending up on, like, you are like really about to be under a bridge. Was it worth it? And now the dude is stepping up like, I can pay it. Like I said, and she said she's been in that house for 7 years. It appears to me that this could be a Section 8 situation, and we don't even have to address the other caveat of, well, if it is a Section 8 situation, then why is that guy in there to begin with, right? Who has the money clearly, regardless of whatever her rationale for why she didn't want to pay or whatever, stance she decided to make. It was very dumb. And now you actually have to deal with the real life logistics, as well as you have to try to figure out where you're going to stay. You had a nice, cozy place, and I can hear the kids in the background. I wish if y'all could just make the decisions that you choose to make, like you were the only person who had to deal with it, but then it affects these innocent children as well. And that's really the saddest part about all this. Let's go ahead and get into the next clip.
Got evicted. It finally happened, bro. And if you new here, I already kind of spoke about that in my other video. We got a lot to catch up on. Let's start. Came, I believe, like on the 21st or something like. Came around the 21st. I'm pretty sure I got everything I needed. There's a couple things I left, but more or less I got everything I needed. Able to stay at one of my man's crib in the meantime while I was figuring stuff out. So shout out to him. I'm extremely grateful for that. It's also like low energy for like 8 to 9 days prior to me getting evicted. Every time we get hit with like these huge solar flares, I always feel like that. You feel me? Every time we get hit with energy, I always feel like that. Right now, I'm on my way to New York, and basically the best route that made the most sense was for me to drive. No, I am not moving back to New York. That's a dub. I actually have something really amazing in the works. I can't wait to share that with y'all, but for now, I'm gonna just keep that to myself. Honestly, if you watch my content, it won't be too hard to figure out what it is. I'm just going back to New York to visit family, and there's certain things that I just got to take care of, but I'm not going to be there too long. Overall, I'm in an amazing place. You feel me? I'm in a great place. Y'all know what we doing here on this page. We document, we inspire, we empower. So I want to share this with y'all, and also I want to share some.
He just got evicted talking about, I'm in a great place. I'm in an amazing space. And he's talking about all this energy stuff.
Words of encouragement, because I know there's people like me going through a similar process as well. Don't stress, bro. Don't stress, bro. Everything happens for a reason. Whether it's a situation like mine where you chose not to pay rent, you feel me? Or you just in a situation where you couldn't and you're getting evicted. Know that that doesn't define you. Know that this is just a moment in time. You feel me? It's going to make your story that much greater, that much richer. Mute that energy to inspire and empower people that are going through similar situation or the same exact situation as you, because you've been given that path for a reason. You feel me? Something you needed to learn is something you needed to experience, able to help develop yourself so you can further enhance your lineage, like your bloodline, like your peers, your friends, your family. I know sometimes it can be harder said than done, but it's really all about your mindset and your perspective. How are you going to go into the situation? Are you going to play the victim? Are you going to down yourself? Are you going to tell yourself all the things you could have did, should have did, would have did? Are you going to focus on what you can do now, what you can control now, what you learned from this situation, what you can take from this situation? How could you transmute that energy in your favor? And I tell y'all, when you choose yourself and you choose your path and you're operating in your purpose, bro, the universe just open up for y'all. There's so much I want to share about y'all, about the signs I receive, about everything that's, about to transpire, but it's just, I gotta be patient. Know that this shit is always working in your favor, bro. I promise you this shit is always working in your favor, bro. You just gotta see the omens. The Alchemist, and you'll get a deeper understanding of what I mean. That was a great read. That opened up my mind so much. Like, definitely a book that changed my life, bro. Definitely helped me be more present and pay attention to the synchronicities and the signs that appear in your life. I love all y'all that be supporting, and even the people that don't. I'm gonna update y'all throughout this journey because it's a 12-hour drive.
You know, it's funny. I'm gonna go off on a little sidebar for a second because I've read quite a lot of books, right? And when I was reading, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? This is kind of dangerous. And here's why. It comes to a point to where you can get so philosophical and so enlightened to where like you don't even care about real life anymore. And you'll just go live under a bridge. Whenever have you all ever seen those homeless people who you try to help them? Like you're like, hey, I got a job for you. I got a place for you to stay. All you got to do is X, Y, Z, and we can go ahead and get you in a stable position. They're like, oh heck no, I don't work for nobody. I'm free. They're actually like free, like they're actually out there happy to be homeless, whatever. He's on that track. If he doesn't get a little bit more practical, see, influence doesn't just extend past social media. Because you have a lot of people who are like messed up in the head because they're just on social media all the time. They got that TikTok brain. You can be reading, and if you don't really know how to filter and how to process information, but still keep it within the realm of reality and in the realm of practicality, you will get lost in the sauce real quick. Like it seems like this brother is, and then he's on here trying. It sounds like trying to teach people and motivate people to be on the street under a bridge. And what I ultimately want to focus in on is how, listen, be as philosophical as you want to be, but you don't get to come out here slighting other people and having bad character. That's where I draw the line. Because he said he intentionally did not pay his rent and he got evicted. First of all, that eviction is going to affect you permanently, or at least for a very long period. And then second of all, Mr. Philosophical, what is the philosophies that you've been reading say about how you should treat people? Because it seems like you need to narrow down on that end of the spectrum now, because you don't get to just be out here doing people any type of way just because you're spiritually awakened. So, that's ultimately what I have to say about that one. He he needs to wake up and he needs to come back to reality a little bit. It's cool to be enlightened and all that good stuff, but you one, don't get to just treat people any type of way because you don't care about life no more, and then two, you still got to live out here.
Hey, my love. So I'm coming up here just to say I need a few people to help me out, help your girl out. As y'all know, I just moved in my place in October of last year, and yeah, we moved in our place after being homeless for 3 years, and sadly to say, we're about to be in the same situation again. Like, things were going good for me. I had a job. I pretty much had my stuff mapped out. I was on the right track of doing good, but just so happened, family, you know, I don't even want to go deep into that. But either way, I'm in a situation I need help. So
Look, This is what I say every time. They come on here, they want you to open up your pockets, your wallet, and just give them money. But they don't want to be transparent. They don't want to tell you about what actually happened. They don't want to tell you about what they're doing. They don't want to actually let you know the full context of the situation. And in most cases, what they did wrong that got them in the situation, they just want to skip right past that, and they'll tell you everything that everybody else and what the world did to them. But they don't want to say where they went wrong to end up in the situation. You see how she had to like, ooh, let me not say that. They're not gonna fund me then, because then they're gonna be like, well, why did you do that? No wonder you ended up like this. See, look.
If you are, I don't even want to go deep into that, but either way,
Look,
you know, I don't even want to go deep into that, but either way, I'm in a situation I need help. So if you are in a situation you can help me, you can spare a few change. I greatly appreciate anything y'all do. If you want to help me by donating, excuse me, my link is in my bio, and whatever, like I said, whatever y'all do, I'll greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I'm trying to save my apartment so me and my kids can keep our home and we could continue to live our life and continue to do good and prosper in life. Like I said, I appreciate everything y'all do. If y'all do anything, then nothing is going unnoticed. I love you guys. Hey, my loves.
I don't even want to go deep into that. So what do you want to do? People come on these content creation platforms where you're supposed to be adding value by creating content. And guess what? When you create the content, you still don't directly just get paid. You still have to put in a lot of foundation, a lot of groundwork in order to get to the point to where you get paid to some degree. You want to come on here and ask directly for people to inject funds into your bank account. But you don't want to do anything. You don't want to give us the story. You don't want to tell us a little bit about yourself so we can avoid maybe some of the pitfalls that you ran into. You don't want to like entertain. I did a review where I wanted to just make a point, and I showed this person who had cancer. And when she was coming online asking for money, which she needed money for things that happened to her, not even decisions that she made. And she was playing the piano. She was playing the guitar. She wasn't just asking for money and leaving it at that. She was still adding value. But you just don't want to add any value. You just want to shamelessly ask. And it's entitled. And it's a little bit annoying. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it to the light. And we're going to disseminate it as it should be. But we'll leave it there for today, y'all. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second again, and it does help me out tremendously again. Also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers, and it does help smaller content creators like myself. And what it does is when you hype, it pushes us to the scale that it pushes the larger content creators. So you press the hype button just like you press the like button, and then it will show you my points. And since I'm a smaller content creator, I actually get more points for each hype. So we have a great opportunity there. Sometimes that hype button isn't there for some reason. It vanishes. But if it is there, I'd appreciate it if you could hype and if you could like as well. If you could do both, that would actually help a lot. But yeah, I appreciate you for watching. Also, Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.